about this. They're like, do we want to give them prisoner? Do we have strategy for that? Are we willing to do that here to ban another hero? I'm kind of wondering which hero they would ban instead. I'm thinking they're not going to ban Ravener with this ban. That's right. Master of Arms. Okay, so snap pick prisoner. I mean, if you're Lions here, you can't pass that up, right? I mean, obviously you're knowing Swinmel's a very smart person himself, as you know that they're very aware that they're not banning prisoner. So maybe that's catching you a little bit off guard, but at the same time, prisoner, I think it's just safe to say he's just been the go-to hero lately on the competitive scene, and it usually does very well for you in terms of winning. So they are going to think about it, and that's fine. Obviously, you got plenty of extra time to do so. I find it hard to believe they're going to pass up prisoner here, though.
Yeah, it certainly doesn't seem likely. If they do go for the...
Wow.
Interesting. Okay, so they go for engineer, and that's really interesting because engineer indicates you want a middle lane. Engineer is probably the best support in that middle lane, and if you're allowing the other team to have prisoner, generally speaking, you don't want to be having a 2-on-2 middle lane because prisoner will win almost every one of those matchups, and that is what it's going to come down to. So the other option here is that Lions can now transition this engineer into some kind of an aggressive tri-lane, because going engineer plus pebbles perhaps against this prisoner, it can work, but it's not exactly a safe bet. You've already used your engineer pick very early on, so trying to secure that, I don't know. This is hard to call, Breaky, if they're going to go for a pebbles right now or not. But it's Lions. They do love their pebbles, but they also love their second pick, Wretched Hag. See?
Well, it's some fun mind games going on here. Two great captains on the scene, Hanskin and Swindlemones. No doubt going on right here. I mean, again, you took a look at the banning stage. It's a ban on Master of Arms. You know, it's just a great utility hero. I'm pretty sure Swindlemones making a point that, you know what, we're willing to give you prisoner, but we'll take engineer ourselves. I mean, no doubt they're a huge fan of engineer, just like any other team here that's usually banned itself. So Lions, Hanskin's like, well, no, we don't want. We'll let you have prisoner. We'll take engineer. So they take engineer first, and then someone, okay, I guess we'll take prisoner. So I'm not saying that's how the thinking 100% went by any means, but so now we're back to Lions side. So exactly, how do you respond? You mentioned the Hag, second pick Hag they like. The Pebble's also a fan. The second pick Devo they've been doing a bit. They are going to go the second pick Hag. So that's the answer we got there. Using a lot of time, by the way, and that's actually important.
Classic Lions.
Yeah.
Classic Lions sit there 80 seconds and pick Wretched Hag. It's simply a comfort. Like, when they can't make a decision, I feel like they fall back on their second pick Wretched Hag. They're like, oh, Wretched Hag isn't banned. We should get her. Like, it always comes down to that situation. So, and she's not a hero that SG generally plays. So I always kind of think to myself, like, is this a bad pick this early on? Could you have saved that till your third pick, your fourth pick, maybe? And generally the answer is yeah, you could have, but Lions, they like to do this, and maybe it's some kind of a strategy there in Hanskin's head. I mean, you mentioned he's a very good captain, probably does not get as much credit as he deserves, but a very good drafter here, and he goes with the second pick, Wretched Hag. She's definitely something that is capable of going 1v1 with that prisoner if they need to, or even 1v2, but CD coming out, and okay, I'd like to see Wretched Hag now in the solo short lane. I'd like to see either Bubbles or Lodestone. Is he banned out? He's not. I'd like to see a Lodestone pick right here to go suicide mid and then follow it up with an aggressive tri-lane.
Yeah. You do that, though, it's obviously, it depends on when you give that answer away, but at the same time, prisoner is great for going a try versus try. So if you're looking to run aggressive tri-lane here for Lions, you're probably going to be running into an adjustment from Stake that involves that prisoner of some kind.
But then where do you put CD?
Well, again, yeah.
Are you going to put CD in the middle lane against Lodestone? Probably not, because CD should lose that unless he has a babysitter. If you put CD in the long lane, then he's going to need stacked regen and could be vulnerable to ganks. But they do end up going with Tempest, so not going to be going for the aggro tri-lane or really what I was talking about at all. They've got a different feeling right there.
Yeah, they're going to go with the Tempest, the jungle format, and yeah, probably more of your standard suicide. 2 mid and 1 short, but again, we'll see what the ultimate answer is here from Lion. So yeah, that was all potential of possibly seeing that. Not going to be happening though. Parasite is actually the response with Stake Green, so all right, we'll take a jungler ourselves in this case. We're just happy with that. Yeah, exactly. So that means in this case, it's probably going to end up being now that short lane corrupt the disciple by himself. You got prisoner and whoever else mid, and still into their suicide. But yeah, Parasite as well. Hell, they could even run aggressive themselves, especially with that Parasite pickup. That wouldn't be out of the question by any means, but we'll see what they go with. You mentioned the Lodestone still being there. I find it hard to believe that he's going to be left open. In fact, there you go. Banning by Stay Green. Torture the first
Caster's Curse the Lodestone.
Yeah. Take him out of there.
BMCK right there. Torture being banned out as well. HoN realizing that is by far Stay Green's preferred support choice, and both teams maybe going to be looking at another support right here. For Lions, probably not, but Stay Green definitely needs one.
Do you
the Devo pick?
Do you ban Ravener? I saw the Devo coming, but do you ban Ravener for your Stay Green here?
No.
You don't think so?
No, there's no way that you ban Ravener right here. He is such a niche pick, and you have more important heroes that you need to ban. Trying to think of what one of those heroes might be. I'm thinking Rally perhaps could be this last ban.
You know, I could seeing something like a Ravener into a Jerizai to finish would be out of the question, but I was just thinking about this. If they happen to go Jerizai again in a Suicide against Corrupted, that actually. It used to maybe be pretty good, but since they changed that conduit to physical instead of the magical, he's not nearly as powerful in that matchup anymore. In fact, he would probably get dominated, I would think, in that matchup now. So there's
Pebbles is still on the board.
Wow, yeah.
Forgot about that. I'm like assuming, but there's the Ravener pick. So Breaky, I mean, you're insane. You've got premonitions going on right here.
Ravener again.
Once again, I stick with you cannot ban Ravener right there as Stay Green. You needed to take out some of these other heroes.
If they didn't ban Pebbles, I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't pick up Pebbles. Like,
exactly.
So yeah, it makes sense. Like, well, they banned the Pebbles instead, but yeah, they'll take Ravener.
It's kind of a situation where Emperor used to talk about this sometimes with Cthulhu. Is Cthulhu a top tier jungler? No. But when Keeper of the Forest, Tempest, Parasite, Ophelia are all banned out, what's left over? Cthulhu. He's going to get the job done. I feel like it's maybe kind of the same here with Ravener. They lose out on the Devo, they lose out on the Pebbles, and they end up going with Ravener. He does accomplish very much so the same.
Yeah.
There's Nymphora, going to be the primary support here, along with Prisoner, most likely.
Yeah.
And that kind of, I don't know. That kind of leads me to believe that maybe they won't go into that middle lane. Prisoner Nymphora versus a Ravener Engineer. I mean, that's just a matchup that nobody's ever seen before. So we'll have to see how it works. And Flux, yes,
we're bringing back the Flux Engie. That's what we're going with.
Love it. Suicide Flux going to be coming out right here. That's going to be nice. Actually, it might be a Suicide Wretched Hag and a short lane Flux, depending on what SG goes here. Yeah. They can switch that around.
I kind of wonder. I was thinking about that. The match. There's going to be some fun mind games going on here into the laning phase. It's you got an idea of maybe what we'll probably see, but I don't know. These teams, who knows what they're ultimately going to plan here in the end. Will we see some aggressive lanes coming out? Will we see the natural 1-2-1 with the jungle? I mean, there's so much potential here on either side to just definitely take it to. I will say that Prisoner and 4 combination as they last pick Rally right there, so that is a sound Suicide option themselves. The Prisoner in 4, I mean, it's similar to that Devo in 4. Obviously, you just constantly feed him the mana, and it allows him to just even more willingly use those hook attempts a lot more frequently. So you liked seeing that pick there coming out for Stay Green for that reason. So the Rally pick also nice. He's obviously great Suicide. He can also be in that 1 versus 2 middle if it lines up that way. Great against the Engineer, Ravener himself, I'm sure. So yeah, what are we gonna see, man, with the laning phase? This is gonna be fun.
Lions are a little bit more locked into their lanes here. It will likely be Fusey in the bottom lane, although Flux Engineer has a possibility to be in the middle lane. I believe Fusey's going to be bottom. Jonas most certainly going to be up top with Tempest in the safe jungle here. Yeah. Now, Lions is going to have to defend their jungle from warding. And let's take a look at what the actual level 1 kill potential is. Prisoner with the hook, Rally going to have the compel, and Nymphora with the Zeal stun. That's pretty strong on one side. On the other side, you got the Ball Lightning, you got a Keg. Not as strong here for the Legion squad. I mean, they're going to have to be a little bit cautious, and they're going to try to get some vision down right here. That's going to be the most important thing. Watch where Seal Kid places this ward, perhaps, trying to get as much vision as possible to see where he might need to counter ward for Tempest. But Flux is in there, man.
Yeah, Prisoner's ready. I mean,
Flux doesn't care.
He's like, I'm tanky, man. Just pull me in, please.
I've got giant iron balls. I've got balls of steel.
Yeah, they want to fight this. I mean, Lions is like forcing a fight right here, and here we go. He's going to jump into the trap. What's going to happen now? Prisoner with the hook. It will pull in Flux. The supporting cast is there, though. Kexon comes out. Compel on a Flux. Flux might have overstepped his boundaries. Oh, he's going to barely survive right here. Health potion comes out. The leech is going to be used. Not enough. Bloodlust kill in favor of Lion Esports Club. They will kill Flux, but the Bloodlust in favor of Lions, and we're still going at it. Both games so far, starting off with a crazy skirmish like this. Will that be the end? Parasite on the run. The ball lighting and connects, and there we go. The Kexon to follow. Minus on Parasite. He is going to fall, and it's a 2-for-1 exchange in favor of Lions to kick things off. Holy crap.
This is absolutely massive for Lions. They are in a very, very good position here for 2 reasons. One, Parasite did not go Infest. He chose to go Leech to pick up that kill onto Flux. 2, there's only 1 ward down, and it's a Ward of Revelation here. Tempest is going to have free reign of this jungle. And 3, they got 2 kills. Lions is in a great spot to start this laning phase.
Yeah. It's funny because, it was so close. Flux obviously feeling very confident there and nearly kind of backfired, but hey, they got the bloodlust kill just before he fell, and that's what matters. And then the extra kill on top of that obviously helping pretty big time. So, yeah.
Breaky, I was a little bit, I was apprehensive a little about seeing Fuzi join up with the Lions. Lions, I mean, it's no secret. They are one of my favorite teams to watch. And I was like, does Fuzi have what it takes to be a Lion? Seeing him just walk blindly and just tallly into the Hellborn team right there on Flux confirms to me, like, that's what it takes to be a Lion. Just walking into 5 players like, I'm probably going to die, but I'm going to set something up for my team. Like, I'm going to do something crazy right here. That is Lions in a nutshell to me.
So, okay, let's talk about Flux for a second, because actually this is a kind of, I was like, oh yeah, that's right. So in the recent patch, they actually made it so kind of like Master of Arms. This third ability, the polarity swap, you automatically get the 1 point into it off the bat. It's now, it goes up to level 5 here. So obviously the point of that is to simply make it so you can switch it from pull to push. It doesn't do any cast range or anything like that at this level. It's just simply to pull or push. And I'm going to say, you know, I've suggested that for the longest time now. I've always said Flux is definitely a fun hero for me to play. And I've brought that up several times before. So it's glad to see they finally took my suggestion 100% and put that into the game. No, obviously I'm not going to take full credit for it, but I'll take partial credit. Anyway, so he that's a pretty good, decent buff there. So it does not force him to, you know, put that 1 level in if he wants to have that push case. So it kind of gives him that extra level now to use it in the Q and W instead of being forced to put it into there. So, and he's definitely having a good time in this bottom lane, by the way.
Yeah, he is getting the CS down there, but Rally is doing all right as well, sitting on 7 and 4, getting the denies, but Flux doing a lot more in the damage category. So Rally going to be running out of regen very soon, but he's already got the bottle coming out to him, so Limp comfortable with that. Up top, Corrupted Disciple versus Wretched Hag. How's this one breaking down?
What have Mr. Breaky? 6-1 Wretched Hag. You got a Corrupted Disciple that is 14-5. Can't say I'm too surprised. I mean, you know, Corrupted is just an excellent laner in 1v1 scenarios in most cases. I mean, that conduit just gives him so much of a threat. And even if you're a ranged hero like Hag is that has the ability to blink away, it's still, you have to use that very defensively. We do see Ravener gets pulled in by a Prisoner. Will this be a kill? He does not have his teammate with him, so it's definitely what we talk about. Oh, the ball lightning stun as a Minotaur was coming in. The Leech is going to be used. They have another hook coming up in 3 seconds. Not enough mana, though. What a ball lightning stun right there. On to the 3, prevents the Minotaur stun, and Super KGE will survive. Again, Steelkid wasn't there. He's busy getting the rune. It still works out in the end.
Yeah, it certainly does, and that comes back to really strong individual play there from Super KGE. And once again, it's kind of the situation where there's not the flashiest names on Lions. You talk about their teamwork, but they've got what it takes to make those big plays right there. And Super KGE lives wasted time coming out of Parasite as I was watching Wretched Hag and Corrupted Disciple go at it up top, but nothing going to come of that. And I want to point out here, actually, I got a message about 2 minutes before that team fight from the Lions manager on Skype, who was saying, yes, we've got Super KGE on Ravener. Expect the boys to be going YOLO all night long. And that's exactly what Flux did, man. He's just like, I could hear him screaming into Skype, YOLO! Like, just charging.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, it's hey, it worked out in the end. It was very, very close, but it did work out in their favor. Again, getting the bloodlust in a 2-for-1 exchange. So they're clearly feeling good once again. I mean, obviously they're working off a very big high going into the game number 1, winning that one. here they are in game number 2, a pretty good start. But Stay Green, if there's any team out there in the history of Heroes of New where Stay Green is the one to persevere. Prisoner, in the meantime, another hook, but Ravener's like, thank you very much. I'm going to turn this bitch. Takes out Nymphora. Tempest will say the kicks on hits. The final auto attack, not enough just yet. Minus is on the run. Can he get into a creep? No, he cannot. Seal Kit finishes him off. What a turnaround right there. This ball lightning from Ravener is just clearly causing issues for Stay Green. Man, oh man, perfect timing from Hanskin as well coming in there.
Big stuns. Like, that's just ball lightning, OP spell. Like,
yeah, apparently.
I don't know, man. He's doing pretty good in this initiator capacity, and then he has the semi-carry potential later. I mean, maybe Ravener is the next hero to break out. He's been receiving consistent buffs for a long time, and I have no doubt that if Lions goes into game 3 right here with another win, they get a ban from. But here's Prisoner, gonna drop one more time. I missed out on that one, Breaky.
It's just the damage. I mean, the Storm Call alone, or the Storm Blades, excuse me, it's ridiculous. This is a level 3 Storm Blade. That's a Prisoner right there that has 853 life, and he just dropped. He just dropped when they initiated. Obviously, kicks on turn and everything else, but the Storm Blades especially did a lot of damage right there. So it just goes to show you, once again, this hero, he's been underrated. He's been, hasn't really been exposed yet to the competitive scene, and Super KGE's making it very clear to both his team and everyone else that this hero is definitely one to deal with. So, not sure what the deal was there. Apparently, they're having fun at the top lane. Bottom lane, though, they're also having fun. Down goes Tempest. Great initiation from Limp right there. Sets up an easy kill. Flux, nothing more he could do. He actually already used his discharge, so maybe that's what they were talking about. But in the end, Tempest goes down.
Maybe. I mean, he used the discharge about 30 seconds beforehand, trying to get a kill with Tempest, but no boots Tempest. And now Flux in some troubles. He gets shackled and killed by a DD Prisoner. And just like that, I mean, Stay Green, they get back into this one a little bit right here with a couple of important kills. And that's just Lions getting a little bit sloppy. Tempest was just too far up during that push, and then Flux going down a river where he did not have vision. So, need to be a little bit more careful there. You're not that far in the lead yet, guys.
Yeah. So let's also take a look at the comparison of the junglers. I mean, there's several cases as to why. Obviously, you look at the beginning of the game. Not only did Tempest get the kill situation off the beginning, but on top of that, Parasite, as you pointed out, he leveled up the Leech first to get the kill on a Flux initially. So that no doubt hurt him right off the bat. And you see, he goes Striders here right off the bat. I mean, that's not usually a build we would see, especially when Midas is playing the Parasite. You want to get into that Codex ASAP with the Ghost Marches early on. But going the Striders here, just trying to recover. He's only farming 180 gold per minute. In the meantime, you have Hanskin at now 353, looking really good. So obviously that's where Lions has that favor coming into play, at this point of the game. So. Ooh, bottom
lane Flux. Yeah, oh, missed the compel right there, Breaky. They're going to turn this one around. A TP's coming in. Nice dodge on the first Zeal stun. Not able to get the second. Flux needs to use the discharge. There it is.
Yep, he pulls in Nymphora. That's the correct choice right there. They thought about maybe going for Rally Compel. Not going to happen. Going to say Compel coming up, but just not in time. Rally's just a little more tanky, and, Nymphora was just in a better spot. So they get the sure target. And they get the counter kill. That was great sidestepping though by Fuzi, man. That was excellent, both on the Compel and even the Zeal stun initially. He got hit on the back end, but yeah, he did some. He's got the APM working tonight. It seems like so.
Up top, Parasite's gonna go ahead and stack as he gets into a Wild Hunter most likely. Yeah, and he's going to try to set up a kill up here. Engineer could be in some trouble, but they're going to actually initiate on CD.
Engineer in trouble? Nope. Corrupted Disciple in a lot of trouble. That's just perfect timing right there. I mean, if they waited 2, maybe 3 seconds longer, different story. But they went when they went. They did not, wait for even just a perfect opportunity. They went taking a chance, and boy, did that pay off. What a kill right there. And now Wretched Hag all of a sudden, 250 gold per minute, Corrupted 260. So they're nearly even at this point after that kill.
Yeah. Lions are once again in a fantastic spot, Breaky. And if they can, I don't want to get ahead of myself here, but if they can go 2 games in a row, coming back and putting themselves into advantage in this series, it's going to be really interesting. Top lane, Wretched Hag is going to go down. Yeah. That was a nice gank setup by Parasite and Corrupted Disciple. So at least making some revenge happen there. And Stay Green, they're not taking this one sitting down.
Well, you know, obviously he's taking advantage of the face hug, hitting level 6. Very smart move right there from Parasite. I also want to say, though, looking at this prisoner here, as actually top lane, now they're sending, oh my god, Ravener's invis. They want to set something up. He has a support. They do not have a ward to set. You see them rev ward to make sure that they do not have vision. They do not. There's the ball lightning initiation. Will the follow-up be in time? He's trying to hero block. Engineer running and has an energy field. The turret comes out. Ports are coming in. Tempest with a stun. It should be enough. There's the second stun. Energy field put down, blocking off any supporting cast. It is Rally. He can't run straight there, though. He's forced to go around. Ravener following Parasite in the meantime. The Storm plays are out. Rally's doing his own thing over here. Can Ravener finish him off? Of course he can. The ultimate is starting to add up some charges, up to 76 charges here. He is looking really good with that speed and damage right now. Rally taking the stun from Tempest. Here comes the supporting cast. Wretched Hack is here. No back blast. HoN supply, though. The ball lightning. There's a Storm play. Then downfalls. Nice dodge on this Yulson as well. And now Nymph4 might even be in some trouble, Beef.
Oh, yeah, she definitely is right here. The auto attack's coming out. Stormblade's hitting hard, and a hat trick coming out for Super KGE. I saw the Elemental Void get wasted by Tempest. He just barely missed it, but Lions, they kept strong, bringing home 4 kills in the top lane.
Yeah.
And Breaky, this resource lead at 10 minutes in is massive. They're not done yet.
They want more blood. Corrupted Disciple, is he going to spill that blood? Tempest coming in. He doesn't have an Elemental Void. He's going to actually drop right there. It's a little bit of a misplay. Well played by Corrupted, channeling the conduit. Not going to be enough in the end, though, but at what cost? Ravener takes the face hug, but look at Parasite. He's like, holy crap, that's a lot of damage. Bat Blast, it does not hit right there. Maybe it did to kill the creep. Holy crap! 89 charges for Ravener right now. They're tanking the tower. Poor coming in for Prisoner. Can he get this hook off? He's gonna try. There, nope. Sidestep from Engineer. The tower's falling. Tower goes down. Ravener in trouble though. Ravener kiting. He is gonna fall. Prisoner now taking the damage. Regenerate on Wretched Hag. She is ready to go once again. Auto attack's coming out. Rally is coming in though, and I think it might finally be over. Or is it, Engineer? Oh god.
It's over. You can stop talking about that. Engineer's dead. In the bottom lane, no, Engineer is going to get caught out. Actually going to hold the seismic slam and the shackle being applied. So Swindle finally joins the party there, gets 1 kill and 1 assist. I'm not exactly sure where Swindle was that entire time. I mean, that was like a 3-minute team fight.
Yeah.
And Swindle was just never there. Middle lane, Wretched Hag trying to go for 1 more. There's the discharge, and Nymph will drop. Wretched Hag trying to get out of there, trying to get away from Parasite. I don't know, Breaky.
Yeah, it's just out of range, though. Yeah, the Strider is not able to take effect right there in the combat range, so he is going to be fine. Yeah, using the discharge for a push right there, by the way. You know, that's obviously a great Flux players. I'm sure Fuzi's a great one. You know, you got to pay attention to, obviously, your positioning, whether or not you want to push or pull, and that was obviously made a lot more sense to push right there from where he was at the bottom lane at that point. So well played, gets the kill. He has a portal key now, by the way, on Flux. And again, that sets up the Flux engine combination. Rally jumps, or gets jumped by Ravener. Look at the patience from Fuzi. He knew the compel was coming. He sat there waiting for the compel to happen. And then he portal keyed right on top of him, used the release, and followed it up for the easy kill. Lion Esports Club. This is the best I've seen Lions play ever. I mean, maybe we're just living in the moment right here, but they are just on fire. The series, and look at that. Super KG, free kill on a Parasite. Are we going to see a 15-minute concede at this rate?
It's a very real possibility. Swindlemons is a proponent of not sticking around in a game too long, but also not giving up too early. Corrupted Disciple in trouble in the bottom lane. Does get the support from one Swindlemons coming in here, but he's got the old ball and chain, not going to let it rip. I don't know, Breaky. It's possible that we'll see that 15 CC. At the same time, Corrupted Disciple is a hero that if Lions does start to overextend, which with heroes like Ravener, Flux, and Wretched Hag that are all going to be diving deep, they could very well do that. CD can punish you for that, but more action in the bottom jungle now.
Speaking of diving deep, there's the discharge pulling in. Tempest is here. He has an Elemental Void. His Prison Break comes out, though. They need to get away. He is going to be pulled in and stunned right here. Flux trying to take his damage. Wretched Hag blinking in now. They are going to finish off Prisoner to the side. Meanwhile, though, down goes Flux. There's a Tempest ultimate locking down Parasite. Compel from LA. Not going to happen. Ball Lightning comes in. It's a 2-for-1 exchange in favor of Lions, and they're making their way to the bottom later. Are they? Actually, Wretched Hag's still chasing here in the middle.
She wants Nymph, but not going to get it. They will get this tier 2 tower bottom, though, and Lions going to go ahead and boost their gold lead up to 1,000 a minute here.
Oh, Nymph4 TPing in, though.
Kill, but yeah, she's trying to bring Rally back into this fight. That's a buyback on Swindlemons as well to get back in here. We'll see.
There we go. The compel. Beautiful. No, it's stopped initially right there. The pulling for Prisoner. The seismic side did not go off. Nymph4 is going to end up falling. Rally's going to end up falling. Tempest is still alive. The shackles on him. Going for the TP. It is going to be successful. Hanskin stays alive. Ravener is a threat right here. Prisoner's like, I can't go in any further. Oh, man, that seismic slam was a half a second from... I don't even know what stunned it, to be honest. Something did, though. Maybe it was a ball lightning, but something stunned it. Did not go off. Turnaround happens. And Lion Esports Club, they want more blood yet again. This aggressive play is just unbelievable. They are not relentless here. Prisoner is going to end up falling right here. The conduit from Growth of the Disciple, but he's forced to run rather than chase. He gets pulled back in. He's going to fall. It's going to be 15-minute concede, I guarantee you. They're looking at that clock. 30 more seconds. This is going to be a Game 2 victory. No way it's different.
Man, they're still TPing in here. I mean, this is straight suicide from
exactly.
Yeah, it's over. So, I mean, I got to say, Lions, one more time, they're playing the game on their terms. They're not allowing Stay Green to dictate the pace of the game, which means allowing Stay Green to get that early advantage and then translate that into the Stay Green push. And Lions are just saying, nope, we're playing this on our terms, and we are playing it on the way that we want to play it. We're not going to allow you guys to ever get comfortable. And this is exactly the way that teams have shown you need to play against Stay Green. Lions is just the first ones to consistently execute it, as that's it, Breaky.
There's no way that they were going to continue on with that. I mean, as you said, it's Swindle especially is like, we do not want to, hit ourselves in the head. Let's just move on to the next game. Wow, though. I mean, so a couple of talking points here. One, you look back at the draft. I mean, remember, Prisoner was left in the draft, obviously, by Swindle Melons. That was his choice. But Hanskin's like, you know what? The more I'm thinking about it now as we saw it play out, they're probably like, well, we'll just go Ravener again. We're fine going Ravener again. Or maybe even Dio if they let us have that in the end. But no, we're fine going Ravener in the end. They picked up the Engineer first pick, knowing that he is the go-to, the main support that everyone loves nowadays. They valued him. It made sense. They got the Prisoner response. But Prisoner... I want to make a point also during the game, but just so much action. But it's almost like he got to a point where after the first couple of hooks, he was like, I don't even want to hook you guys anymore because clearly it's starting to backfire on us whenever I hook you in, especially as we saw with the Ravener and the Flux. I mean, it was backfiring more so than actually helping. So, man, I mean, though, it's Lion Esports Club just looking amazing there. And I'm sure Stay Green would even give them a lot of credit, but at this time, at the same time, Stay Green is probably thinking to themselves, holy, what do we do? I mean, they're just completely catching us off guard here. How do we play against this strategy? I don't know.
I'm not exactly sure either, Breaky. We'll see, but they're going to have to do something different, whether that does come down to banning that Ravener, who Lions have obviously showed proponents of that hero and of playing him there in the middle lane, whether that's going to be resorting towards a strong push, no jungles, tri-lanes. There's a lot of options here for Stay Green, but they've only got one chance to select the right option. One more game, and they're done.
Yeah. As I kind of hinted there, though,